It is no longer news that Peter Obi and Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso formally joined the Nigerian Democratic Congress between the 3rd to 4th of May 2026, presenting it as a strategic necessity rather than a mistake. However, whether this proves to be their biggest mistake depends heavily on how several key factors and risks continue to play out. So first, let's look at why it might not be a mistake for Obi and Kwankwaso to make this move. The first is that they are escaping legal quicksand. Both leaders were trapped in the African Democratic Congress, which was paralyzed by leadership disputes and multiple pending court cases. The Supreme Court had recently set aside a status quo order and returned the case to the lower court, suggesting that there will be many years of litigation. And then Kwankwaso's camp explicitly called staying in ADCs, waiting for Godot's. The NDC offers what its leaders, Siriake Dixon, market as a litigation-free platform, which is actually a rare commodity in Nigeria's opposition space. The second is the INEC deadline. With the Electoral Commission deadline for membership registration submission looming somewhere around between the 6th to the 10th, and some other reports indicating up to the 30th of May, they had to move now or lose eligibility to field candidates in 2027. So staying in ADC risked missing the window entirely. The third is also critical: their ideological alignment. Both leaders emphasize shared priorities with the NDC on education, youth empowerment, security, and national unity. The OK movement, which is Obi and Kwankwaso movement, has been building grassroots fusion between Obi's obedience base and Kwankwaso Kwankwasia movement network for months. Also, the fourth point is the blank slate. Unlike legacy parties that are burdened by entrenched interest, the NDC is a relatively new vehicle. Dixon has positioned it as the Ark of Noah for opposition figures seeking refuge from internal crisis. This gives Obi and Kwankwaso significant leverage to shape the party's future. But why could this actually backfire? The first is that Obi and Kwankwaso are already having a political Normad label. The presidency and APC have already seized on this narrative. Bayo Onanuga called Obi a political nomad and a politician made of jelly who can't fight Atiku or Amechi for the ticket and instead pursues the easy route. APC's Felix Moka highlighted Obi's history across ABGA, PDP, Labour Party, now ADC, and then from ADC to NDC, suggesting he lacks staying power. If voters internalize this, it undermines the credibility of their new Nigeria message.